This is really amazing to be standing on the house that Ernest Hemingway was born in just about 104 years ago, something like that. July 21st, 1899 he was born. And really sorrowful to think that he only lived to be 61 before he took his own life. And I remember when he died in 61, I was 17. That was in fact the year that I decided that I wanted to be a writer. And I thought to myself, well, he lived a good long life, 61 years. I turned 60 next year. 61 years is not a good long life. You still need another 20 or so if you're going to write everything you want to write. The one thing that always strikes me about Hemingway, though, is I think it was maybe not necessarily such a happy thing to be Ernest Hemingway. He had this competitive edge, and he talked about writing as though it were a competitive sport, and I don't think it is. In one book, I think it was The Garden of Eden, he talks about having got into the ring with, I think it was Maupassant, and having knocked him out, and then having got into the ring with, I think it was either Zola or Stendhal, and having fought 2 fights with him. Both were a draw, but that he had the edge in the last fight. And then he said, but he was not planning on getting in any ring with Tolstoy unless he started getting very much better. And it's a funny statement. I mean, it's humorous, but it's also a little sad in a way, I think, to imagine that producing a piece of art means you have to knock someone else out of the way. I don't see it that way. I think that the accumulation of art is one of the great things about civilization and humanity. One of the most important things that a writer has to come to understand at some point is that if you don't sit down and write it, it will never get written. Especially when a novel begins to really take form. For example, the 4th book of the Copenhagen Quartet exists at the moment in the form of several chapters and a great number of notes. And I am just about ready to really make the major, massive effort to make this to materialize. And to really, I have all the characters, and it's very exciting for me, and a little bit daunting in a way that I have not yet, that all of these characters now exist in my head, and I pretty much know who they are, but I don't know what they're going to do exactly.